5G, the industry, and again, Bill Gates is deeply involved in 5G, driving it. He's, putting in satellites, I think 500 satellites, and tens of thousands of ground antenna. And the purpose of 5G, if you look at the glossy ads that they have on TV, they're kind of suggesting to you that it's going to change your life to have 5G. And you ought to think about that, because why are they investing $1 trillion to give you, so that you can download your video games maybe a couple of seconds faster, or that you can download movies a couple of seconds faster? Does that make any sense to anybody? Nobody's going to pay that money for that. 5G has zero to do with giving you faster downloads. It is a system that is completely geared toward harvesting human data. What it does, it's what they call the Internet of Things. It allows things to interconnect. So if you have an Apple Watch, all the data from your Apple Watch, including your pulse, is going to be available now, and it's going to be sorted, archived, and characterized. Your health data, if Alexis is in your home and hears you cough, if these devices are listening to your cell phone, is listening to you all the time. And all of that information, a billion terabytes of information, is going to now be harvested by big companies like Microsoft and will be then sorted and sold. And that's why it's worth spending $1 trillion on that, to get all your data. And it's a system of data harvesting and surveillance. It's going to allow these companies to follow you every moment of your life with facial recognition systems, with chips, which of course, Gates wants to put in all of us, with biometric systems, subdermal systems, with your GPS from your automobile. One of the things they're going to try to push us to do is away from a cash society to a cashless society, because then they'll have complete control of you. They'll know where you shopped, what you bought, what your buying patterns are. But also, a week ago, the Malibu police ticketed about a dozen surfers that were surfing at Point Doom for using the ocean. Give them $1,000 each tickets. Imagine if we get this 5G system in, the cops won't need to go to the beach and catch them, because they'll know you were at the beach. And they'll know from your GPS, from your cell phone, from facial recognition, from cameras that they mounted over, where you are and what you did 24 hours a day. And they will simply, because we're in a cashless society, remove the $1,000 fine from your payroll account. And that's it. And if they don't like anything else you're doing, they can freeze your money, and they can absolutely control every aspect of your life. And that's what we're heading. This is if anybody doesn't realize that this is a huge play for authoritarian control of every aspect of our lives. The ultimate control is to squeeze on us, to control everything we do, down to, whether we can kiss our wives or get near to our children, or whatever, and then squeeze the money out of the lower classes and funnel it up to the billionaires and create this aristocracy. And it's already happening. And the rich have gotten richer since this quarantine started, and the poor have gotten poorer. Every other American has lost income, and those guys, and now, Bill Gates, of course he's gleeful about a quarantine. He's a $100 billionaire. And now, if he can go out and buy all of our assets at a penny on a dollar, he can become the world's first trillionaire. These guys who have all the cash during the quarantine, this is just going to make them richer and richer and richer. And then, he's going to have control of our lives and the lives of everybody. And he has another chip that women are supposed to install that will allow you to provide you the service of regulating your menstrual cycles and your ovulation cycles. So he has this need to control every single little aspect of our lives, and this is tyranny. This is a tyranny against which, you know, our ancestors in our country, they fled Europe to escape the tyranny of an aristocracy. And now this is like a science fiction nightmare that they are engineering for us, where they're going to control every aspect of our lives. And we need to fight against it we need to recognize all of these milestones of tyranny. And we need to organize and fight back and not allow them to do this. And they're using the terror of infectious disease, which I've watched them do for 15 years, you know, to get people to take vaccines that were not good for them, that have dramatically reduced public health in this country, but made them rich in the process. And now they know what the formula is, and they have all of their talking heads, these, you know, Saturday morning gas bags and pundits on TV, and their indentured servants, you know, Anderson Cooper and Sanjay Gupta, just parroting, not doing any kind of critical thinking, but parroting the, you know, the words that need to be said in order to terrorize the public into being sheep and accepting the color, you know, bending down and allowing them to put their boots on our necks. And, you know, I see what's happening. And I think many of us see what's happening, but we need to alert the rest of the public to this, to this oncoming tyranny that's planned for us, the future that is planned for us, you know, where we all become production units, where we all become enslaved consumers. We have to buy their drugs, where we have to take their vaccines, where we have to purchase their products, where we have to stay off the beach, where we can't get near our family. And that is the world they're creating. It's a dystopian nightmare. And it's what apparently Gates has been dreaming of for, you know, most of his adult life.